Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to you all and welcome back. I'm Priya Bansal and you're watching Update Australia. A very warm welcome to you all. On the platform, we break down Australian politics, policies and people shaping the nation in a way that everyone can understand. Today, we bring you a special and insightful conversation with Mr. Gagan Sharma. Hello Gaganji.
Hello, Priya ji, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you.
He is a very prominent leader in Australian policies and community advocacy. Mr. Sharma is the president of Liberal Party Torrens SEC, the president of South Asian Network of South Australia, and a Liberal member of Parliament candidate in 2018. With years of experience and at the intersections of policies, multicultural leadership and community representatives, he has played a key role in amplifying the voice of South Asian Australians within the political system. In this episode, we'll talk about him, we'll talk about his journey. Sir, let's just start from a very important and a very relevant question. Could you please briefly tell us about your journey in Australian politics?
Look, Namaskar first. I'm actually migrated from district Amritsar, a small town called Raya.
Yeah.
And I migrated in Australia in 2008. By profession, businessman. I did various businesses. You know, we learn every day. And now I run an aged care and NDIS company. So it's going well. So it's like I'm working for Australian people, those who are too old and disabled. And also, the South Asians people. Now we have this is our. I can't say this is our second generation, but still, in Australia we still, first generation.
Okay. And like when you moved to abroad, like in Australia.
In 2008.
Okay, in 2008. It's been a long time.
17 years.
Yes, definitely. So how is your political background is going on? How is your political journey is basically going on there in Australia?
So I actually follow and a proud member of Australian Liberal Party, which is I became a member of Liberal Party. I think this is more than 10 years now. I joined as a member, and then I become the 3 times I've been elected as a multicultural board member of Liberal Party in South Australia, and then I contested in 2018 the state election as a parliament for the lower house. So I did well, I learned well, very good campaign, but that was like a Labor and Liberal 2 main parties in Australia, but that time independent the candidate, she won. So that was my bad luck, but I learned a lot. So so I'm continuing doing my membership.
So you're basically working. So you're basically working as a politician there in Australia, or something else is going on as well?
Look, I'm I've been elected as a president for the Liberal Torrens SEC. There is the SEC is like the India you call Lok Sabha. So it's like that. So I'm the current president for that. So before that I served the same Torrens SEC for 2 years as a vice president.
Okay.
So I was involved and still involving in lots of the Liberal Party's campaigning. The door knockings. Still, I'm the part of the team. So pretty much now I know everything.
Get your point. So basically in Australia, is it different like politics which we really saw in India? Is it something different? Does it works in the same way? Is it different, or whatever it is? Please share that.
So basically, the first thing, the biggest difference in Indian and Australian politics, in Australia must vote. So the voting, the percentage is 100%.
Okay.
All right. So it must has to vote. If you miss a vote or if you couldn't, make, you have to pay a fine. In Yeah, in India, people, I born in India and I have seen that, they say, oh, 70% voting, it means very big number, very big turnout. But, comparison is 100%. Second thing is, in Australia, if you are contesting as a candidate, you should have, everyone have a set budget.
Okay.
So you can't go over that budget. So India, there is a no budget limit.
Yes,
Everybody
yes,
is
definitely.
has own way of getting their the promoters and supporters. Here
So
you
basically,
can't.
the campaign is done by a little amount, or we can say in a budget, basically.
In a budget.
Yeah.
So for example, if there is a tough seat, so if somebody is contesting as a very close margin, so that both the parties put more budget in that seat. All right. And there is also challenge of saving the current seats. So if the parties already have, for example, the 2 seats in this electorate, so they try to retain that, and the opposition they trying to get that seat. So that's the fight. So there is always a big challenge of retaining the seats and the close margin seats.
Okay. So is there any difference between council, state and federal elections there as well? Like what are these basically, and precisely just tell us what is the difference?
Well, so I'll start from the federal. The federal is like a national elections. In federal elections, there is 150 total member of parliaments, which here we call them House of Representatives. All right, so there are 150 total, and definitely to form the government you have to cross that half, like India, and there are 76 senates.
Okay.
So senates, I could say like the Rajya Sabha.
Okay.
So the member of parliament, the federal member of parliament, has a limited area where he can, that's his electorate.
Okay.
The Senate is like Rajya Sabha. They vote on the same ballot, like on the election day. There are 2 ballots. The one is for the members of parliament, and the second one is for the Senate.
Okay.
So you have to fill one, and then the second ballot. Australia has a ballot votings, not on the like India. There's only ballot because the reason is less population.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and
I think ballot system used to be in India. It was pretty much confidential as well. The ballot system I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yes. So islands, you can see the whole Australian population is just like one state of India. So so it's easy to count here the ballot, and the result will be most probably declared on the same day.
Yes.
All right. And second, we come to the state. So the state elections, that is also called the MPs. They are the House of Representatives, and then there are upper house. The total, for example, South Australia has a 69 House of Representatives, so parliaments. So there's a 47. The lower house, they form the government, and then the 22 they got the upper house. If there is any bill, any bill needs to be passed, that upper house, then they do the signs off and all that. The upper house terms had 8 years, and if you've been a member of upper house, there's an 8 term in the state, and 4 years as a member of the lower house. In federal, Senate has 6 years, and the government has 4 years term. Okay. So 3 years. So Senate is 6 years. So basically, every 3 years they form election here. So after 3 and 4 years. And currently in Australia, there's a Labor government.
Okay.
Before the second term, I mean, they are into their 4 years. So before that, there are few terms been led by the Liberal Party,
Getting it.
where yeah. So and the council is the only election in Australia where no compulsory votes. So the council is is like if people don't want to vote, they can't, there is no compulsion on that. In council,
Okay.
only one election where apart from citizens, the normal people can vote, like students.
Yes, yes.
If they are registered that that if they live in that place for 3 months, they are eligible to vote. They have to register in the council to get the ballot. That's all to get the ballots.
Okay.
So yeah.
So is there any criteria, like in India, there's no criteria for, fight for the elections and anyone can be a politician. Is there any criteria fixed in Australia as well? Like, is there any criteria related to education, qualification?
Look, definitely in Australia, the first, if you're thinking of a contesting apart from the council election, even you must be an Australian citizen.
Okay.
All right. And the second thing, you should have a good record, behavior record, no mental disturbance or anything. There's there is no criminal records, or you can't, even if you are driving as a drunk driver, and if you've been caught by the police, you can't be a candidate. So there is a very strict rules and regulations,
Yes, definitely.
to represent the community of Australia. So you have to follow and stick with that particular rules.
Definitely, it should be there at least. And now my question is, like, what are the challenges a politician face in Australia? Maybe there are challenges, maybe there are some consequences a politician must be facing there.
Look, definitely there are some consequences. There is a big example at the Bondi Beach in Sydney. There was a Jewish community were celebrating their the day, and the two people just started shooting them, and now there is a the prime minister in question. There are so many people, the security people, the people, they are in questions, so they have to face that questions by the community over there. And also, in the good thing in Australia, everyone came together, even Liberal Party, Labour Party, Australian other different parties. So they came together on this cause, the bad cause being happened, and they prayed for the departure souls. But again, that is the one good thing about Australia and Australian politics. Apart from that, opposition has now they have the ball in their hands, that why it was happened, why that negligency happened, where was the security, why these people have that guns, because in Australia you are not allowed to have the guns, but in some situations you can have guns, but there is a very strict system that that gun, if you have a gun, bullets needs to be separated from the gun. So there is, and I don't know how the people got six guns, and and these things happened.
Basically, there are very like norms you have to follow as a politician. Like in India, there are something which are not followed easily, but the politicians I'll consider. So everything is like clear and advised by the government only, right? And now there is one more question for you, Gaganji. Like, what are the roles of upper house and lower house? Are they different from each other, or like both of them matters? Like in India, there's upper house, lower house, both of them matter. We have a different discussions in both the houses. So is it different from India, or whatever it is basically?
It's just like in India, all right. So the upper house role is to clear that bills. If there is a bill needs to be passed, that needs to be sent into the the upper house. And in federal, they are like they work like as scrutineers. So so that is normally like everywhere in the world, where the democracy is, there is always upper and lower house, and they work most probably similarly. But actually, India has a big numbers based on the population. Australia has a less candidates, less 150, where in India I think it's a 543, I believe, and here is 150. So, and also population is very low. So yeah, that is the also. Now, if we, for example, I'm from India, and this country allows us to contest here, all right, they accept us. There were a few issues with the last year. I think this year, that is like everywhere was the racisms, and they say India and China are controlling Australia. There was a big issue, all right, but there was also lots of supporters who came. They said, why you are doing this?
Yes,
so there were also wins, all right. So it is mix and match everywhere. So we have a good support, from the community. So that's the people respect each other here, and as a business people, as a working, and Australia, the pay rate in Australia is very high.
Okay.
Right.
So is it like a fixed amount, a government, the politicians they are getting in a salary, or we can say in a fixed amount they are getting?
Fixed amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not like, you can't, if you are a member of parliament, if you are upper house, it doesn't mean you are a rich man.
Yes, definitely.
So you have to manage within that expenses, and
yes, definitely.
There is no poverty here, but again there is no corruption. In my 17 years, I haven't seen corruption in any of the department where I need to go for anything. Exactly. So that is still alive, and I think that's
how the legacies goes. If there is corruption, the legacy will downfall. Definitely. In India, it's like something, it happens on a daily basis. But let me just ask you, Gaganji, how's your journey is going on right now as a politician? Are you deciding or thinking about your future basically in politics, or are you like, how it all started basically, like India, your family, you already told me that your roots belong from the politician families only. Like, what are you planning in Australia as well? Do you really want to continue this profession only, or you want to switch somewhere?
Look, this is a very tough question you asked. So basically, every person has a different thoughts. All right, some people are community people, and some people are quiet people. I'm a community person. So I actually engage with the different associations, the different people of different countries, like South Asians. So currently I hold the South Asian Network of South Australia. I'm the president for that as well. So that is in India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutanese, all together, Bangladesh even. So for the political journey, I believe if you think your family has grown up, and then you can work for the community, then definitely you can you definitely raise your hand to get there. Or if you are a community person, if you're not a community person, and if you want to be a politician, then it's very hard. And also, the politics, any country of the world, if you become a politician, first everybody ask you, did you attend our last event? Where were you when we organized this? Where were you when we organized this? And that's the challenge for the new, the candidate, if that's running from any of the seat. But if to have to be, I have given my 10-12 years to the community, and I work for the community. I work for the Liberal Party, and I am definitely, if I get good, I'm just waiting for the opportunity. If I get good, I will raise my hands for that.
Like, you're already in politics from past 10 to 12 years. what change you want to like bring in your country, in Australia? Like, is there any role you want to do? Is there any aim you want to consider? Ki I just want to achieve this, or I want to do this thing for my people. What is your aim? What is your role?
Look, if I talk about in India, I think the Indian government, the Prime Minister, the Modi, he is really doing a great job, and I have seen the growth. But still, in India, the drugs and these weapons, I think that needs to be controlled by the government strictly. The gangsters and the foreigners and NRIs, now they are scaring of visiting their states. I think if they visit their countries, there needs to be have proper security, and there should be no scariness in their mind, in the family, that why we are going to our state, and if something happened, what happened to our family, and this and that, and it's happened to so many people, right? So that is the first message I want to convey to everyone in India, to the politicians or the local politicians or the police departments and the journalists like you, that please spread and convey that message of security and the safety of the NRIs. In Australia, if I want to see in Australia, I want to see in Australian government, I want to see our multicultural and diverse people's faces. So they can be representative. They can represent in the upper house, lower house, doesn't matter, in state. That's my wish for all of the people of Indian regions, or the South Asian region. That's what my wish for them. The message I want to convey to Indians, if they want to migrate in Australia, I would say there is a big, huge change. The migration is not easy. Okay, you need lots of efforts and times and knowledge and experience to get there. All right. In exactly the same way, if Australians, or any other countries, NRIs, they want to settle down in India, again, it's gonna be a challenge for them as well, because if I spent 17 years, in Adelaide, it's very hard for me to migrate and settle down in Australia, where my kids are born here.
Like, do you really miss India? It's something personal question I'm asking. Do you really miss India? You want to come back, or like what you really love in India?
Look, I love my country, and my kids, the family. We all visited India just a few months ago, and they know what's even though they're born here, they know what their cultures are and what's their giving respect to the elders and giving love to the younger ones. They know it. They pray. All right, they know the God. They know, even though they study in the Christian college, they still follow the country's the policies and the gods and everything. They still follow. And I always miss my.
Your kids have visited India before? Like they have come here in India?
Oh yeah, 6 months ago I visited India for a wedding in Chandigarh.
Okay, nice place.
Yeah. And Delhi and Delhi. So my hometown is Amritsar, as I mentioned you.
Yes.
So I had a few days there. So that's we keep that keeps us touched to our roots, and
definitely. Okay. One more political question and a last question to you, Gaganji. Like, in growing pace or growing world, like, what are the contribution of Indian people in Australia? Like, they are coming in politics, or what they are doing right now, or is there any chance to get into politics for an India people? Is it easy or is it hard for them? What are the contribution of Indian people?
There is always a challenge. When we migrated from India to any other country like Australia, I talk about Australia. going into the politics, we must learn the policies and the procedures of that the party, which party you want to join. Don't go with the colors, like if Labour wears the red colors and you like red colors, and so I'm Labour. All right, if I like blue colors, and I can't say that I'm Liberal. So just follow the policies and procedures, and see your current House of Representative or Member of Parliament, how he is helping you and supporting you. Now, Indian I salute all the Indians, including myself, those who are doing and working and studying here in Australia. Now there are lots of successful business people here, and the educated Indians, I can say, and on a highly government positions. Now you can see Indians in the police department as well. Yeah. In Australian Navy, Air Force, everywhere. Doctors, businessmen, anywhere. Teachers. Now we are teaching. So we doing our hard work. Yeah. The one thing about us, the Indians, they are very, very disciplined, and they're lovely people. They believe in love, yes, sharing. Definitely. That's our culture, and I really appreciate the people and the students and the migrants, their parents visiting here. I salute all of them. So they are here, and वो कहते हैं ना अपने रंग में रंग जाते हैं. So that's I'm seeing them, and I always be happy with the next generation is growing and educating. So.
Okay, getting it. Thank you so much for joining, Gaganji, and we wish you all the best. Like you do all the beautiful things in life and achieve your goals. That brings us to the end of this beautiful insight conversation with Mr. Gagan. A very warm thank you to you, and he shared you all the experiences, the time, the valuable things, and the insightful in Australian politics, how it works basically. He have shared each and everything for you, and community leadership, the importance of multicultural values in our democracy. Conversations like these helps us understand that policies is not just about elections, and politics are not just about parties. It's about participation, representation, and responsibilities. To our viewers, we share you and this beautiful listening episode. If you found this episode informative, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Update Australia. Your support helps us bring more meaningful discussions and leaders, experts and voices, and we'll come back with the most beautiful and knowledgeable podcast for you. And till then, stay tuned and thank you so much.